Batman has a coterie of supervillains. Joker, Riddler, Mad Hatter.
So what?
With great power comes great responsibility. It's one of the most quoted lines in comic book history. It sets the stage for how we expect superheroes to act responsibly, heroically, and above all, morally.
You said you were a superhero like Batman. Do you have a coterie of supervillains?
But here's a question we rarely ask out loud. Should superheroes kill, and if so, when? That's what we are exploring today. This is Superhero Truth with our deep dive into ethics, consequences, and narrative stakes of one of the most controversial topics in superhero storytelling. Let's get into it!
No, he doesn't.
So maybe you're not a superhero after all.
First, the NoKill Code and where it all began. Many of our iconic heroes have one ironclad rule: no killing. Batman, no kill. Spider-Man, no kill. Superman, avoided at all costs. These rules weren't just there to make characters morally pure. They were born out of comic code, censorship, and a desire to market these characters to younger audiences.
I don't know why I don't have a coterie of supervillains.
Why?
My coterie of supervillains is 6 feet fucking under.
But over time, that moral code became part of their identity. The idea is that if a hero kills, they become no better than the villain. They cross a line they can't uncross. But is that always true? Let's test it.
Batman doesn't kill people.
Because he's a pussy!
He's a dark creature of the night.
He's a jackass! Who wrestles with murderers dressed like clowns and throws them in prison!
When the rules break down and real consequences come.
So they can break out of prison and then murder more people!
There is one very famous example with the Joker. He escaped Arkham dozens of times. He's killed hundreds, if not thousands. Every time Batman refuses to end him, the cycle continues. Innocent people die. In The Dark Knight Returns by Grant Miller, Batman finally confronts the reality. The Joker pushes him to the brink because he knows Batman won't kill him. And in Nolan's The Dark Knight, Joker literally tells Batman,
"You won't kill me out of some misplaced sense of self-righteousness, and I won't kill you because you're just too much fun."
Riddle me this. How many people you think Batman's indirectly murdered by being too much of a candy ass not to kill these fools who clearly need to be smoked once and for all?
it's a game. But it's a game where the cost is human lives. So here is the question. If Batman had killed Joker years ago, how many lives would have been saved? Then we have to take a look at the ethics, killing to prevent more killing, judging actions by their outcomes. Superheroes may sometimes have to kill to save more lives. We have already talked about this in our What Everyone Missed in Man of Steel video, but we just can't avoid that example. Near the end of the movie, Superman is forced to kill General Zod to save a family and, ultimately, humanity. It was controversial. Superman is supposed to be above killing, right? But in that moment, Zod was about to murder innocents. Superman had no other option. It's uncomfortable, but maybe that discomfort is the point. And how about Invincible? Initially, Mark Grayson struggles with the idea of taking lives. But as he faces increasingly dangerous threats, he realizes that some enemies cannot be reasoned with or contained. His experience with villains, his father's influence, and the weight of responsibility all contribute to his eventual acceptance that sometimes killing is the only way to protect innocent lives. It's a tragic but necessary evolution of his character. Superheroes aren't gods. They are people with impossible choices, and in moments like that, they have to make the decision fast. And sometimes the morally pure path causes the most harm. When the system fails especially. Now let's talk about, well, literally, the justice system. Because here's the thing. In most comic worlds, it doesn't work. Not when you have villains like Lex Luthor, Doctor Doom, or the Joker constantly breaking out of prison. So what happens when you capture the bad guy, hand him over to the authorities, and he's back on the streets in a week? Let's be real, the system is broken. If a villain has proven they will always escape and always kill again, is it morally right to keep sparing them? At that point, does the hero's refusal to kill become a form of complicity? And on the flip side, the dangers of crossing the line. And this is the moment when we have to pay attention even more. Because once you allow superheroes to kill, even once, where does it end? Take the Punisher. He kills criminals, no questions asked. But is he a hero or a murderer with the badge? Or Homelander from The Boys, who kills in the name of justice but really acts on his own ego and insecurities. These characters show us what happens when killing becomes easy. The moment a hero kills out of rage, vengeance, or convenience, they stop being a hero. So the solution isn't heroes should kill more, it's heroes should kill only when absolutely necessary and then live with the consequences. There are some narratively powerful deaths that we can explore. When a hero kills, it should never feel casual. It should feel like a turning point. Look at Avengers: Infinity War. Star-Lord hesitates to kill Gamora. Scarlet Witch is forced to kill Vision to save the universe. Both decisions are heartbreaking and ultimately fail. Thanos succeeds because the heroes couldn't bring themselves to do the unthinkable in time. Contrast that with Endgame, where Tony Stark sacrifices himself to do what no one else could. Killing or allowing death is never treated lightly, and the weight makes it powerful. Let's draw some real-world parallels. All of this reflects real-world moral dilemmas. Police officers, soldiers, even ordinary citizens sometimes face life or death decisions where there is no perfect answer. We expect heroes to be better than us, but sometimes expecting them to never kill is a fantasy that ignores the reality of danger, evil, and consequences. Maybe the better question isn't should heroes kill, maybe it's can a hero kill and still be a hero? So then when should superheroes kill? Only as an absolute last resort, only when every other option is exhausted, only when the cost of inaction is too high to justify their code. And even then, it should hurt. It should cost them something, because being a hero isn't about being perfect, it's about making impossible choices and owning them. Now watch this next and let us know what you think in the comments. With us, the superhero truth. Bye bye.
You wrinkly, Sharpay looking dimension infested fuck!
Jesus. I was just trying to make conversation.
Fucking